Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all. What's happening, man? Vergil Ortiz is now the mandatory for the WBO welterweight championship title, being held by champion Terence Bud Crawford. Sean Porter was the mandatory, but he didn't seem too eager to fight Terence Crawford. You know, he could have activated his mandatory position, forced Terence Crawford to fight him. Terence Crawford would have either had to accept the fight, whatever the terms would have been when the fight goes to purse bid, or vacate the belt, which would have left Sean Porter with an opportunity to fight for a title eliminator. Obviously, he didn't feel too thrilled about fighting Terence Crawford for whatever reason. I guess the whole buddy-buddy friendship thing is a little bit too strong. It's stronger than the competitive spirit when it comes to those two. So, hey, I don't know. But I want to talk about the fact that Vergil Ortiz is now in the position that Sean Porter once was in. So now he has an opportunity to let his nuts drop. You know, he said after his fight, after he beat Maurice Hooker, that he wants to fight Terence Crawford right now. He said that he ready right now. And I believe him. If he say he ready, put him in the ring and let's see what he gonna do. He said that he's ready for the top guys right now. Now, he talked about Jerome Boots Ennis in an interview, said that fight is gonna happen later on down the line. I don't know how you ready for Terence Crawford, but you not ready for Boots Ennis. Make that make sense. But anywho, he did say that he was ready for Terence Crawford right now. I want to see the fight. He's the mandatory for the WBO. Terence Crawford still has no opponent. No Manny Pacquiao. We know that fight wasn't going to ever happen anyway. No Sean Porter. I hope it ain't no damn Josecito Lopez. Vergil Ortiz, you fought in March. Terence Crawford is slated to fight June, July. April, May, June, July. That's perfect timing. You know, Vergil Ortiz, you done had about a month of rest. Maybe you take another month, a little bit rest. And then you can start your training camp like the end of May, early June. Y'all have a fight late June, early July, something like that. You dig what I'm saying? And it's an opportunity for you to become world champion. I don't see any other better opportunity than this. If Vergil Ortiz can be successful versus Terence Crawford, now you get an opportunity to set up an undisputed match versus unified world champion WBA, WBC, and IBF, and ring champion Earl the True Spence Jr. if he can be successful in his upcoming unification match versus Yordenis Ugas. It could be a DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas showdown. That fight gonna do huge numbers. Vergil Ortiz got a lovely fan base out here in Texas. Grand Prairie, they fuck with him heavy. You know the DFW love Earl the True Spence Jr. We can do that fight at Dallas Cowboys Stadium. You dig what I'm saying? And it's gonna go down. You know, Dallas Cowboys Stadium right there in Arlington. Grand Prairie just a little, that's down the street. And you know the folks gonna come see Earl. That's a blockbuster type of fight. It's going to do numbers at the gate, and it's going to do numbers on pay-per-view because the stylistic matchup is going to be explosive. All Vergil Ortiz got to do is go beat Terence Crawford, and he can get that WBO belt. Earl Spence going to have the other 3 belts, and it's an undisputed Texas showdown. If Vergil Ortiz serious about fighting the top guys right now, he going to put pressure on Terence Crawford. Ain't no way around it. You the mandatory for the WBO belt. It's time to activate that thing, man. And show us that you really want this shit. Show us that you really ready for the best. Terence Crawford, I want to see you accept the challenge. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if Vergil Ortiz go through the proper channels to put himself at and activate that mandatory position, Terence Crawford can't do shit about it. He gonna either have to fight Vergil Ortiz or come up off that belt. Point blank period. It's nothing he can do about it. I just saw DAZN come out with their welterweight rankings. They put Vergil Ortiz at 5. How convenient. They put Terence Crawford at number 1. How convenient. Okay. You already got Vergil Ortiz in the top 5. And you got Terence Crawford number 1. Make it happen. Come on now. Show me some. I want to see it. Let these youngsters get in the ring with these top dogs, man, and see what they got. See what they gonna do. I think that Errol Spence and Vergil Ortiz fight, that'll be lovely. I actually think Errol Spence and Vergil Ortiz is more likely to happen sooner than the Jerron Boots Ennis fight. Just because of the Texas, the whole Texas thing, man. You know, Texas, we running shit. Texas really running boxing right now. Big facts. You know what I'm saying? We really running shit. You feel me? Earl the True Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? Charlo twins. Jamel Charlo about to be undisputed in July. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence on the road to undisputed. Vergil Ortiz killing shit. You got Jamal Charlo killing shit. You dig what I'm saying? Derrick James, the best trainer in boxing. The only trainer with 2 unified champions right now in boxing. And he could possibly very well have 2 undisputed champions. Come on now. Texas running shit, man. So I can definitely see that Errol Spence and Vergil Ortiz fight being explosive. From the pay-per-view to the gate, down to the ring, to the actual fight, to the matchup, to the stylistic matchup, to the tendencies of both fighters. Through and through, that's a hell of a matchup. But it all starts right here. Vergil Ortiz, you got to let your nuts hang, man. Activate that mandatory and get on Terence Crawford ass. Make him fight you. Now, I don't know if you can win, but we got to see it happen. Before we get to that point, you're going to have to take that step, man. Activate that mandatory. Every time you get on camera, you need to be screaming Terence Crawford name. Every time. When your promoters and your handlers come to you about who you want to fight, Terence Crawford, nobody else. That's the type of energy you got to bring to the table. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. What do y'all think about a matchup between Vergil Ortiz and Terence Crawford right now? And how do y'all think Vergil Ortiz should go about making this happen, man? Do y'all feel like he need to put pressure on him right now? Or y'all under the impression that, oh, he's not ready yet? He need to wait. Even though he's the mandatory, he done fought all the guys to get him up to the point to be the mandatory, but you think he not ready. So you done worked your way to get this opportunity for nothing. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Contender regime boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.